perfect gentleman's playground.
Welcome back to Rockliffe Hall, County Durham, and now we'll catch up with the best of the players out there trying to qualify for the final. Absolutely critical and key. Every shot now is so important. They've got to get it right. 15th hole, last par 3 at Rockliffe. Crow. Avoiding the water and the bunkers. And just firing it straight at the flag on the breeze. And it needed just a little bit more. It's a guaranteed 2. Closing out his front 9. Ian Hickson, who plays at Fox Hills. He qualified at Trevose. And doing very well from there. It's not a still day. There's a bit of breeze about, so it's not absolutely straightforward. A lot for these players to take on board. Seb Carmichael Brown, who plays at the Shire, he qualified at Hanbury Manor. He was 11th there, but got in because Aaron Studdard had already qualified. So just scrapes in, but is making full use of his invitation. Playing some great stuff. David Smith chipping nice and tidily at the 6th, he hopes. In fact, he's putting. Once I saw the thick grip, I knew it wasn't a wedge. Maybe he should have used a wedge. Actually put his 7-iron to reach the hole from there. Hickson's birdie at 9. Come on. Oh, they're all tying up. And too much so. 36 points, DNQ. Carmichael Brown with that birdie putt at 5. Steamy, very steamy. Doesn't want to put a spoke in the works at this stage. He's played so well over the opening holes. Up ahead at the 6th, David Smith's par putt. Level 2 points at this stage. And that one slides past the target. Carmichael Brown. It's another critical putt hold. Here's David McMahon of sponsor HB Clark.
It's a real privilege to be associated with it, with such an important event, and especially at such a prime location. I think for the region as well, it's great to see events like this coming to the northeast. I think, especially with the summer of sport that the Great Britain and Ireland have kind of gone through, I think it's really important to be investing in the kind of grassroots and driving on potential. So that we can continue success in the future. And it's great to see that people are willing to invest, especially at this end of the market that really puts the northeast on par with the rest of the country in terms of facilities and being able to host events like this.
Back out onto the fairways, and Dan Smith, who's an 18 handicapper, plays at Camberley Heath Golf Club in Surrey. I know it well. Many happy rounds around there with my cohort at Sky, Richard Boxall, who always bogeyed the first. George Crow, 33 points, 2 holes to go, needs a good one. And he's produced one with a bit of spin as well. Bit of juice on board, nice. 372 yards, that's not the distance to go for Commons, that's the length of the hole. This is second. And the green's pretty receptive, but fairly speedy at the same time. Alex Fraser's 4th at 11, 21 points to this stage. That's after 10 holes, so he's going well. Really needs to hold that. Lynch's bunker shot at 15. It's quite quick when it gets down to the hole. Come on, release, keep going, try. Didn't need much more of that. Ashley Alania. Now, is he a fader or a hooker? That one, absolutely dead straight. And just have that caddy. Just pick up my shrapnel. 12th hole, David Smith. Well, we know they've got to get past 36 points because that's a DNQ mark. They've got to be better than par. And just stay there. Might be awkward, that one, putting around the fringe. Final hole for Carmichael Brown, having the round of his life. 39 points. With this still to count. The man that just squeezed in 11th spot. Brilliant. Utterly brilliant. It's the round of a lifetime. Birdie attempt for Smith. It was a very good one. 36 points, not quite good enough. One of those very nearly days. Crow's birdie attempt at 17. Hard lines. 36 points. It's a good day out, but you don't want to be on 36 points. Disappointment. Cummins' birdie putt needs this. 36 points, no good. And he gave it a real go. Had to settle for 36. Very unfortunate. What could have been. Fraser's troubles continue at 11. That's a bogey putt. It was that 11th hole that cost him. 37 points. One bad hole, that's all it takes. Such are the margins, they're so fine. Williamson's 4th at the par 5 13th. Come along, little more. Par putt for Lynch down the hill. Just set this on its way, it'll get there. Steady. Oh, right in the back. Driller. 37 points. Did not qualify. Broke par for points and it wasn't good enough. But there are only 4 berths in the final, that's it. Out of a field just less than 100 people. Williamson. No, left and offline and didn't have the pace or the conviction. DNQ. Really hard to work out at the start of the day what was going to be good enough. I'm sure all the players had something in mind. Linear, par putt at 16. Well, that's just trickled away to an awkward distance. In the end, however, 39 points. Makes it through to the playoff. So a fine day for Ashley. David Smith's chip from the edge of the green at 12. It's a nice little bunt. Oh, a brilliant bunt. 40 points. Qualifies for the playoff. Reasons to be cheerful. Oh, plenty. The par putt for Carmichael Brown. Well, just add some more to that 39-point total. 41 points off of 9 handicap. Surely a personal best. So here we have it. The best part of 5,000 people tried to get into those 4 spots. And the lucky 4 players are Seb Carmichael Brown, David Smith, Ashley Alinea and Paul Rogers. Great effort by everybody. And we'll see the final after the break.
The perfect gentleman's playground. The perfect gentleman's playground.
It's only the Trilby Tour World Championship final. Same story, 4 men, 3 holes, 1 champion of the world. And this is what it's all about. Look at the atmosphere. Lots of people have stayed to watch this. It really does mean something. And the playoff holes are the 1st, the 2nd and the 18th. A par 4, par 3 and a par 4 to finish.
First to the tee when you're ready, Mr. Seb Carmichael Brown.
Top qualifier with an amazing 41 points.
My name is Seb Carmichael Brown, 28 years old, from the Shire, London. 41 points today, yeah, I think it was the putting, to be honest. I had a lot of putts to save par on the front 9, about 10-15 feet, and they all just seemed to pour in, which was great. It doesn't normally happen. So putting was a big thing for me today. A couple of loose shots out there, but when I did, I managed to scrape it around. I had one blob on the 10th, which was just 2 bad tee shots left, which just killed me. But yeah, other than that, drove well and putted well.
And he's certainly taking his time looking at target. Time after time after time. As the tension builds, the nerves build. Pulls the trigger and a mighty swipe. And they're applauding because it's on the fairway. Quite a strong club face.
Next up to the tee, Mr. David Smith.
That's a young man's swing.
Hi, I'm Dave Smith. I play at Millicent Golf and Country Club in Ireland, and I'm 46 years old, and my handicap is 5. It was one of the par 5s where I chipped and putted to make the par, and that's kind of turned around where I was just ticking over, and then I just started hitting fairways and greens, and it was just great. You know, I loved it.
Very nice colour combination from the Scot. Now he's wearing grey. He doesn't want a grey day in the final. Flusher. What a lovely tee shot. That'll fill you full of confidence. Nice turn. Swish down into the ball. And you look up and see it sailing straight down the middle. Happy days.
Next to the tee, Mr. Paul Rogers.
Hi, Paul Rogers, Gainsborough Golf Club, age 43, playing off a handicap of 13. I played pretty well, 21 at the turn, which was fairly in the mix still. A couple of 1 points on the back nine, which threw away a little bit, but that put the 4 point on the 18th, brought me back into it, so pleased, very pleased.
That's going a little bit left. Is it coming back? Just hang on there.
Next to the tee,
Here's Goffey.
Mr.
Look at that.
Ashley Alina.
Not bad.
Hi, my name's Ashley Alina. I'm 31 years old and I play off of 11. It was good. It was steady, to be fair. First tee, as always, had a bit of the yips. I hit it left straight into the trees. Hit another one, just got it out and just carried on from there, really. No expectation, just took each shot as it came and ended up with 39, really. So I'm looking forward to it and getting to the sort of playoff to showing off a bit and hitting some big boys down there.
He's going with the big boy. Driver for Ashley. Full tilt. And this one going the other way, cutting to the right. And it's in the hay. Short swing. And then pours it on after that, but couldn't square the club face up. Tried really hard with a little bit of late correction. Underdone. Well, as always in the World Championship final, let's catch up with Lee Sharp with the Trilby Tour panel.
Thanks, Rob. Well, we're down here halfway, well, just a little bit further down than halfway down the first fairway, and I'm joined by former champion Chris Dyson and golf coach to the Trilby Tour, Barney Puttick. Chris, you've played this. I mean, the wind's got up at the moment, but it's not an easy tee shot to start, is it?
No, it's a tough opening hole, and since this morning, where most of these guys played, the wind has really picked up, and it's coming off this side going across, so it's really making it a very difficult tee shot into the wind. And if we look where they've hit the ball, they're probably 30, 40 yards further back than they were this morning. They've probably got about 210, 220 still to get to the green, so it's going to be a tough shot to get up today in two.
Yeah, tough starting hole, Barney, and only one player without a shot down here, so the higher handicappers with a shot will be at advantage, I would have thought.
I think so, yeah. They've just got to use their shot, play down, maybe shot at the bunker, pitch on, and maybe take the 2 points. It's really important. You can't win it now, but it's really important you get off to a good start.
And here we're joined by the man himself. Will, how's it gone up there from the tee?
I don't know who's more nervous, me or them. It's every year it's like this. So we get to that final bit, and it's all good fun and good fun and good fun, and you know we get those finals in each tournament. But when it comes to the final, the world final, 2 great shots off the tee. Paul spread his out bit left there, and Ashley's down here on the right. So yeah, who's no favourites at the moment, but yeah, good tee shots after a long day.
Thanks, Will, and we'll pass back to you, Rob.
As a Man United fan, this is a dream for me. Lee to Sharp to Lee to Sharp to Lee. Happy days. Second for Rogers at the first. Not lying too badly, this one. Might have to turn it a little from right to left. And that one going from left to right. It's not too bad. Stayed out of the water, it's dry, he'll take it. This is where you see the players get really, really intense, because this is where it counts. 3 more good holes, that's all it takes, and you're a world champion. Carmichael Brown. And that one hooking the other side. Overdrawn to the left. And that's bunkered. Grimace from Carmichael Brown. He's got a hyphen. The good thing is he can play. Lovely tee shot. Right down the middle for Smith. Oh, and fading back. Sit. Brilliant. Exceptional shot. The crowd really getting into this, aren't they? Alinea was the longest off the tee. Now his ball's in the hay, but it's not lying too badly, as long as it doesn't get grabbed by the long grass, the fescues. Seems okay for line. If you like bunkers. Well, the crowd are enthralled by what they're seeing here. Let's check back in with Lee and the panel.
So Chris, a great shot in there by David, the low handicapper. What a shot that is.
I'll tell you, into the wind. That's probably 220 yards. Straight over that bunker. That's fearless. That's serious golf. So, you know, he hasn't got a shot and he's put himself right in the middle of it. So, you know, fair play to the lad. That is really, really good golf under the pressure he's feeling. So
awesome. And Barney, we've had a couple of different shots there. We've had a couple that have pulled them left into the bunker, and one that's laid up. That's pretty clever golf, isn't it?
Yeah, the layup's a really good one. He's got the whole of the green to work with there. The bunker shots are difficult. It's a real feature of this golf course. They're quite deep. They're quite intimidating. So it'll be interesting to see how the guys get on.
Rogers' pitch at 1. Short game now. Absolutely key, and well, that's a disaster. That's an absolute disaster. Snap hook with a chip shot. Not what the doctor ordered. Alinea's third then, after being bunkered from the rough on the right. He's clipped that very cleanly. Too much ball. Kept his head nice and still. You're only talking about a few grains of sand, that's all. Interlocking grip for Ashley. So a bit more sand for Carmichael Brown. Takes his time getting set. Execution was better. And his understanding of the contours excellent as well. That'll give you a bit of confidence. Second shot wasn't as straight as you wanted, and then you come up with a good bunker shot. So everybody playing the course, but also watching what the other 3 are doing. You've only got 3 players to beat. Rogers fourth, after chipping into the greenside trap. And it's very well played. He might escape with a bogey 5. That wouldn't be a total disaster. Certainly the crowd appreciating this attempt. Always hit the sand first. Give it a good healthy thump. Keep the club face open. Use the bounce. And it will always come out. Par putt for Alinea. It was more like a par smash from the edge. That's a long, long way off target. Pain of it all. Hard to bear. However, after 2 superb shots, Smith's birdie would be sensational. There's a camera view for you. Nice and low on the way back. Catch the ball on the way up, which he's done. It's not gone in. The pars are very good. That's an excellent start. All square with the course. 2 to play for David Smith. Well, it looks like that'll set the target. Rogers 5th. That's a double bogey at the opening hole. And with that shot taken off, +1. He now needs to play unbelievably well. He did receive a stroke at the first playoff hole. Alinea, his 5th. And also playing himself out of contention. But with his stroke, +1. And needed it. Really did need the stroke. Smith's cool with his par. One more player to putt out. Carmichael Brown. Be a really good par save from the bunker. Green side left to right, and in it goes. That's a quality up and down. Playing off of 9 handicap. Now 1 under par. He leads. Well, the second hole in the World Championship final is the second par 3. And unlike the qualifying process, which is Stapleford, this is medal all the way to the line. Carmichael Brown, he could really put a marker down here if he can knock this on the lawn. 182 yards.
Come on, win. Come on, win.
Needing help from Mother Nature. It's actually a pretty good shot. You can putt from there. That's all right. Turns quickly through it, a bit like Zach Johnson, holding that closed club face off. Little gentleman's persuader for Scott Smith. And what's David done with this? Trying to draw it in from the right hand side. This is pushed high and wide. There's big bunkers over there. It might be in one. Be close if it's not. Rogers not out of it, a +1. No one on the green yet. And this one cutting away. Very close to the hazard. That could be in the water, that. Change of direction. Didn't quite complete the backswing.
Next to the tee, Mr. Ashley Alina.
And was never going to hit that square and true. Ashley Alina. And this one hooking over there. And that, hopefully for him, is in the flat bottom bit of the bunker. Doesn't want to be stuck up the face. Quite a bit of divot there as well. Let's catch up with Lee and the panel again. They've got special guest John Lynch, the first ever amateur champion of the Trilby Tour.
Lynch, a tough par 3, but I think you made a decent way of it today, didn't you?
Yeah, I birdied earlier on, knocked the 5-iron into about 4 feet, which was lovely, and I managed to hold the putt. So, yeah, it was nice. It was off to a lovely start today, but it's a tough hole, as I think we've just seen. The guys, have, you know, one guy is just off the edge of on the right-hand side, Seb, and the other 3 guys are in a bit of bother on this hole. So it's a tough hole. I think it's 180, 190 yards. They're probably hitting something anywhere between a 4-iron and a rescue in there, and it's just playing really, really tough, especially the wind has got up later on in the day.
It is a tough hole, and I don't want to take away your thunder, or steal your thunder. Chris, you birded it as well, didn't you?
Yeah, I did birdie it. I'm not such a big boy. I had to hit a 4-iron in there. The wind was starting to come up, and I think it's a good point that Lynchy made, because you know there's a lot of wind up there now, and most of these guys played it early in the morning, so it's probably 1 or 2 clubs more, which is maybe why we saw Paul and Ashley coming up short there. Everyone else now really struggling, so it's Seb's to lose.
And we've seen, I think, probably an amateur mistake, if you like, Barney, short-siding yourself and leaving yourself a really tough second shot.
Yeah, I think on this hole, as soon as you stand on the tee, your eyes are really drawn by the bunkering. And I think with 2 of the guys, they've almost played away from it. And certainly with Ashley, he's short-sided himself, so it's going to be difficult from there.
Let's see if they've got the magic. Back to you, Rob.
Thank you, Lee. Yeah, second shot for Rogers, not in the water. So that's a break. Can't really afford to drop any more shots though. So under pressure from 30 feet with a putter. Now then, this is double awkward. David Smith did not go in the sand. He probably wishes he was. Look at this. This is a hit and hope. Well, at least he moved it out into where he can play a third shot. Could have been ultra clever there and just duffed it in front of himself. Absolutely no chance of keeping the club face square. So that was 2. This is 3. It's awfully heavy. And they're all playing into Carmichael Brown's hands. Big style. He must be trying to keep that smile down. Don't show the others you're enjoying it. Alinia's bunker shot was a good one, a very good one. Two putts from here and he will be in a very, very strong position, Carmichael Brown. The top qualifier on the day and leading the final. He's struggling to get there. Might be a little bit of distance left in that one. It's not a gimme, not stone dead. He's getting applause, but trying not to get too excited about that because he knows he's going to have to knock it in. Smith's fourth shot after the wayward tee shot. Go on. Well, that's so unlucky. But a double bogey goes from level par to +2. 1 hole left to play. Killer blow for David Smith. Par putt for Rogers. And actually 2 putts would be quite good from where he was, which he does do. So +2. That's some way behind Carmichael Brown. Linear. Bunker save. He knocks this in nice and steady. Don't look up too early. Back and through. Another man that's +2. And they'll all three be kicking themselves here. They've given the golden ticket to this man. Carmichael Brown. 3-shot lead if this can be popped in. Well done. And it's all over, isn't it? Well, maybe not. If Carmichael Brown slips, there are 3 men ready to pounce up the last. So after the entire season, it's come down to this. 1 hole left to decide the world champion for 2013.
The Perfect Gentleman's Playground. The Perfect Gentleman's Playground.
That's what they're playing for. That is the trophy that will be held aloft by the champion of 2013. We are 1 hole away from finding out who that's going to be. But one man has a fantastic advantage, and that is Carmichael Brown. Driver having a crack at this. There is trouble down here. Smash. Well, it's well struck, but where is it going to finish? And it's a big hit. It's on the fairway. Very good indeed. Powerful, wiry swing and action, that. David Smith next up must make a birdie. No, that's also very well struck. Different ball shape, but again, right down the middle. And just past Carmichael Brown's. Sit. Top drive. Undone really by 1 hole. He played the first hole very well, remember, as well. Paul Rogers next. Another man on +2, as 3 of them are. Also driver. It's not a long hole. And cutting this one back from left to right. This is very impressive striking, considering it's a final. A little bit in, out and over it. It plays with the fade. It's a good way to play. You can talk to a fade, but a hook won't listen. Ashley. It's flirting with that tree. And it's okay now. Lovely. So all four very much in play. It's going to be about the second shots and the putting. And that's golf, really. Sharpies with the panel again. And also alongside them, Carl the Power Powell.
Cheers, Rob. Well, we're joined now by the soon-to-be ex-Trilby Tour champion of 2013, Carl the Power Powell, who I believe, did you play this well today?
Yeah, I played this hole well. One of few that I played well, but it's a tough tee shot. That tree's it's right in play. So you've either got to hit it high over the tree or be able to draw the ball. So anything on the fairway on here is a very good shot. Most people are aiming towards this bunker, or they're playing really short just to get the height over the tree. But I'll manage to get over the tree and leave myself about 95 yards and knock it onto 8 foot and then miss yet another putt. But no.
Story of your day, eh?
One of them days.
And Chris, we've got he's running away with it a little bit, Seb, but we've got Paul, who's on a shot, who's in good position. He just needs to I mean, he made birdie in the game earlier on today, so it's still a chance.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, Seb's got 3-shot lead at the moment, and he's put an absolutely amazing drive up the middle. You know, really quite impressive to knock it past this bunker around the tree. He must be feeling pretty good. But as you say, Paul's put it in the fairway. You know, he's got to knock it close and put it in like he did in regulation to, you know, ask a few questions of Seb. And if he doesn't do that, it's Seb's to lose still.
And Seb's just got to keep his nerve, really, hasn't he?
Yeah, I think the fat lady's gargling. Yeah, I think it's all over, really.
That just about sums it up. Back to you, Rob.
Well done, Lee. Thanks to you and to the panel as we concentrate on the approaches to 18. Alinea. Up and over the top. Very high flighted iron. And he's played a cracker. So birdie putt coming up for Ashley. Paul Rogers, his second from the shadows into the sunshine. One good swing. He's trying to leak away a little. Just a little. Look at that. Best shot of the day. Stayed centred over the ball and just trusted the action. He's produced a pearl. So definitely birdie chances. Carmichael Brown now. Perhaps the scene isn't quite as tranquil as it might have been. He does have a 3-shot lead. Concentrating ever so hard. Anywhere on the green will do. And you'd have to say, when asked the question, he's been up to the task. Very well played shot, that. Not even giving the opposition a glint that something might happen in their favour. David Smith. Knock this one in, you never know. 3 putts from the leader. Could happen. Up high into the sky. It's a good shot. It's 2 good shots. Very nice delivery position there from David. And a swing to admire with that finish. Lovely. Waving to all the folks at home.
So we said Paul was the only one to have a shot and have a chance. And what a second shot. I thought it was in.
Yeah, no, that was absolutely what he needed to do. Because, you know, he's put it in close. He's got a chance of making a birdie, which would effectively be a net eagle with his